Hello everybody, welcome to today's wonderful stream. I believe it's a wonderful stream. We'll find out in a second. Check that we are actually streaming. We are actually apparently live. Just check on Twitch that we are live. We are indeed live. Right. Let's jump into game then. Da, 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 da. Global company does not support place anywhere. Fuck you, global company. Is how I start the stream. Fuck you, global company. Place anywhere is the best mod ever for Farming Simulator 19. Right. Where did I get to in the first stream? Well, we was digging up some stuff and things. And we did some baling. So we've done the baling. I now need to do wrapping, but it's also very critical that I get this thing here doing some seeding. So we'll get the worker hired. He can carry on. Get out of his way. We're going to carry on doing some bale wrapping. Or at least I'm going to carry on doing some bale wrapping to start with. Today, bale is not supported. That bale is already wrapped. What? There we go. Pick up the bale. You have one job. One job, wrapper. There are a few on this field. 77 I think we produced, didn't we? Do a quick check as well. There's one thing I have to quickly do before I get too carried into the stream. Open up my hardware and devices. Need to check. Someone sent me a text. That's the one. I need a grey one. Need a grey ink cartridge. Oh, that's gone funny now. Anyway, we'll carry on. Oh, drop the controller. Oh, happy days are here again. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm feeling a lot more alive again today than I was last night when I tried to stream. So I definitely think the plan for me is to keep streaming during the daytime, because that's when I seem to have the most energy, and you know, those first few hours after I wake up is when I'm at my best, and then as the day gets longer I start to flatline a bit. Certainly by 6-7 o'clock in the evening I'm useless. I'm absolutely useless and worthless to everybody. Unfortunately, it means the viewers who like to check out my streams in the evenings may have to get used to a new schedule. They might end up finding they're watching more VODs than actual live if they can't make it to the live stream during the day. The plan is we're going to make some silage bales. I'm not going to do all the silage. Although we might do all the bales on this field as silage. We will then get another baler. Why is he oh, no wonder all my money's going down. I thought Matey Boy's spending all the money on seed and fertiliser. Right, so let's have a quick look at the map situation. We need to put grass on so we can see where the grass fields are for a start. Right, probably need to get field 33 semi-mowed next. We'll get the that's doing its thing. A run over here. Old Matey Boy mower. The lovely Crone 500. There we go, hire a worker. You can carry on. We'll carry on with the wrapping. We then will need some way of transporting the bales once we've wrapped them. As I say, silage takes a couple of days. Silage bales take a couple of days to ferment and stuff, so not the most ideal. But what we can do, like I say, get field. Have I still got the baler, or did I sell the baler? Sold the baler. Tempted to sell that actually. So that we'll get a harvester closer to harvest time. Just gives me a bit of a cash influx at the minute. As long as I'm going to need a truck. I also think, most likely, I'm going to have to redo some key bindings as well today. Because I had a problem with Control S. This is probably not the most useful. Look, there's all this extra rubbish in here as well, look, still. Animal keeper settings. No. Right control. Right all is going to be right control 0. Combi fill level is that one. Chickens will be 1, 2, 3. Sheep will be 4. Horses will be 5. Font increase will be that one. All I need to do on there. There are a bunch of gamepad controls I will probably need to do, but right now it's a lot more difficult to set that up. need to do it on a profile where I'm using basically all my mods. You know, my usual mods. Effectively. Otherwise I'm just getting the control bindings wrong all the time. Means I've probably got something that's its own auto loader thing that's doing something a bit different. Trucks, it must be under, is it under Bale technology? I think I've added a mod that uses an old version of the auto loading script, which is a bad idea when you've got the new global one. All fine. Have I got an auto-loaded trailer somewhere that's causing issues? Not really. Blizzard flat deck, and it might be because I've got a mod in my mod folder. Although it's not enabled, it does get loaded when the game loads. Even though it's not enabled on this saved game, the game loads it because it's in the mod folder. It reads all the mods in the mod folder. So that's why I probably get 5,000,001. Easy auto load key binding configuration things. I don't know if I'm getting warning about duplicate bindings. Usually a good place to check is in the log file. Alright, Pleasant Valley. It's reading all the mods in the mod folder, which is one of the reasons why you're not really supposed to mix maps and mods. Yeah, all this stuff, I need to fix that. Problem, you see, you get that problem when you're using, as I say, auto load trailers. Especially if they've not updated it to the new global company. Not the global company, the Alfalfa's global easy auto load script. I've updated a couple of mods myself, but it's not perfect. I've been having some issues. Oh, a patch of grass there that you didn't mow. Maybe some of it's been different. I have been having issues just lately as well, playing on Farm Sim. With any vehicles that like harvest, like harvesters, mowers and that, where they won't, for whatever reason, they just stop harvesting. You know. They just refuse to harvest the stuff unless you change and drive in a different direction, which makes no sense to me why that would be the case. Anyway, we'll get all these lovely bales wrapped. A lot of them. Probably should have done this with a round baler. Probably. Might have been a better solution. I know I would have had problems with bales rolling away, but would have saved a little bit of time. Well, so we've got another field to bale, which means I'm going to have to go lease a baler again because we've got rid of our baler. one that I used in the first stream. I've sold that off actually, so I'm gonna have to go and lease another baler. As I say, we'll leave these bales to ferment into silage. Grass bales we get from that field over there, we'll just take straight to the BGA. For a quick bit of income. How's old matey boy getting on with the seeding? Here's some bits of the field. The field over there. Wow, all the frames have disappeared and deserted me. That was a bit of a slowdown moment. Oh, dropping frames. I've dropped a lot of frames there. I must have got some encoding overloading issues. Hello about that, unfortunately. I'm streaming during the day, which is supposedly the best time for me to stream. That's the time when my ISP should be at its lowest traffic. Just broke that bale, got too close to it. Also have to do this by hand because you can't hire a worker to do bales. Oh, it's done it again. I'm snookered. Can't get that bale. Stop. I'll wait for the bale to clear the wrapper before I attack the next one. Grass. See, he hasn't harvested quite all. In fact, actually, he's not even finished harvesting field 33. Dude, turn around. I don't know if you know this, dude, but you kind of didn't harvest the field, dude. I thought he stopped a bit quick, that fella. I thought that fella had stopped a bit early. He's only done half the field. I need to go over there and obviously sort out that field once he's done the bulk of it, because he's missed bits. So this must be leased then. The bale wrapper is indeed leased. Okay. Would be interesting to see what fill level mate he's at with his seed and fertiliser. We're probably going to have to go and buy some of that as well today. Also, where on this map is the BGA? Stop here. Right, okay. Oh, it's actually not too far from the main shop place. Okay. Not too bad then. I know where that is. I think he's done quite a bit of that field. He's not done all of it just yet. 7 bales is what we created. Right, let's have a look at jobs then. Lots of sewing jobs. Transport job. Doesn't pay a great deal, fortunately. Still seeding away quite nicely. Good for him. Okay, he's blocked by the header trailer. That's fine. That's fine. Won't bother doing the rest of that field. At this point? We'll do is we'll park matey back in here. Oh. Park him in there. Chickens are, of course, amazing. Eggs for me? So yeah, what I'm planning to do, obviously, is field 49 here is going to be joined up with field 42. I am going to do that. Costs a lot of money. There's also field 43 over here. Could be joined in. It's got the horses attached to it. It's knowing where I want to take the farm. A lot of these fields just are begging to be joined up. Could also at some point try out one of them Anderson DLC jobbies. You know, the one of these tractors. One of these rappy doodah things. But we're working through day 2. This is day 2 of spring. We've got one more day of spring to go after this, and then we'll be into the summer. So I need to get that field planted, and then I also need to get field 32 behind me planted. Oh, I've done it again, look. Not the bale off. I wish it wouldn't stack them on top of each other. I suppose people would say you are driving too quickly into the bale before it's unloaded and you're causing the pile up of bales. Probably correct, I would think. We're also going to replace this tractor at some point as well, because this is the weak and feeble 9R that's only got 8R, sorry, that's only got 290 horsepower, which is pathetic for a large tractor. We should also have some ploughs and stuff, shouldn't we? No manner of good things. Yeah. Lovely 6.5 metre little John Deere disc plough there. That's 12.2 metre. 6 metre. There's options for us in the plough department to upgrade from our crappy one. That thing, which was an absolute pain in the ass. crap. Ooh, got away with that one. I remember, have I bought a Wopster? I have got a Wopster. And while that's wrapping, we could come out and have a bit of a look. 24 hours to go. 24 hours to go. That's a day. It only takes 1 day then on 3-day seasons. It takes 2 on 6. Helper J's still doing the bulk of the seeding. He's still rocking on. So yeah, ploughs. 6 metres, that's 12.2, that's probably a little bit big. Although saying that, the one we've got now is 300 horses. 12 metres at 200. That'll do 6.5 metres at 100 horsepower. Sounds quite generous. 18. Not terribly expensive either. Buy one of them. We'll take our existing plough back to the farm, to the shop, sell it off. The last bale we're wrapping for the moment, so what we'll do is we'll take this back to the shop. Well, because it's leased. Take it back to the shop, return it. We'll then buy an actual bale. We want our own baler. I'm not going to lease a baler. We'll buy our own because we've got plenty of grass fields that we're going to be harvesting and baling quite a lot, so that field there would have been nice to have owned. Field 28, and giving me a little bit more of a starting farmer budget thing. Advantage yet, so 405 grand though. Much as I want to expand, get a few fields under my belt relatively quickly, I don't have the capital yet. So our first year harvest is going to be very important to us. Can't drive through there. You've gone to a case dealership with a John Deere. Blasphemy! Blasphemy! Blasphemer! Right, that vehicle has been returned. Now I want a baler. Baling technology. We're going to grab a custom one that I've got added to the game. This one. I think it looks good to have proper John Deere equipment with your John Deere tractors. Ooh, while we're here, we probably ought to get a truck that can do the auto loading of stuff and things for us. I've only got the Ford by 5.9s installed. Flatbeds with ramp, lizard tyres, trelleborgs, lighters, Michelins, Ians. Michelins, I think. Exhaust pipe, single or twins? Full type 3. Full type 3. Sun visor, yes. With plough mounts and lights on the front. Covered guards painted, yeah, they're haunted. Windows, not really going to go for tin. Go full auto load, or will we? We'll go full auto load. No equipment, dump bed only, no. Tag axle, no. Racks only, no. Trailer attacher, yes. The Cummins. Chrome parts will be chrome. Nice black satin. Fenders. Fenders? That looks pretty decent. Cost me 154 grand though. Yeah, we'll buy that. We could probably use that for taking the plough back, can't we? TTV Dexter double X or whatever. TTV Dexter, welcome to the channel. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, we'll take the things a little bit rocky and rolly. I think it has the best suspension, this thing. We'll take this thing back to the old farm. It's take the plough. obviously I can bring the baler with the tractor. Come on, dude, get out of the way. I've got to get back to the farm. Time is ticking. Although I've realised I should have gone back. I should have actually took the other plough first. Sold it. It would have been better. It'll be interesting to see how this thing works, because it looks to me like it's got a bit of a multiple points of articulation effect going on, which is usually something I'm not a huge fan of. Obviously the bar on the truck, tractor, whatever you're using to plough with, will be moving at that hitch point. Then also looks like it moves on that point on the back of the old doodah there. Oh, bouncing about. And this could be, although it seems like a good little investment for a plough, it wasn't very expensive, and it's certainly a big improvement over that horrible monstrosity. I've got a feeling it might not be all that great. Tell you what we probably should have done as well, we should have probably sold off the pickup truck, couldn't we? Run the dog over. Because the chances of me ever using that thing are slim to none, for any reason. We'll have a look in a minute and see how Matey's getting on with the seeding. See whether he's finished. I don't think he had too much left of that field to do, did he? Might be time for me to go and quickly jump in the seeder, finish off doing that field by doing the headlands and stuff, and then from that point we'll be able to move on to quickly look on the menu. Do 10,000 bales. Compress 10,000 litre bales with this thing. We won't muck about doing little 4,000 litre jobbies. Field, I think it's 33. I'm not quite used to the field numbers yet on this map. So we'll see how it goes. But I don't know what you'd plant on that little field. I'm a bit confused as to what that little field is for. This baler should be a little bit better than my previous one because it's got a slightly wider pickup. Means I shouldn't have issues with missing swath. Oh, I can't pick that up because we don't own the land. We didn't manage to harvest all the field. We're baling. So how's matey got on? Over on okay, it looks like he's finished actually, so I need to jump over there quick. What we'll do, we'll back up a second. Jump into the 6R. Wow. Definitely needs a refuel. I probably as well would have been as wise, thinking about it now, to have when I had the truck at the stop, I should have brought some pallets of seed and fertiliser back with me. Hey, that's a pit stop we can do. We can do that tomorrow before we seed the field. The most important thing is trying to get this field actually properly finished. Boom. A couple of strange bits where he's missed bits in the middle of the field. I don't quite get that. Had some issues seeding some of the field. We'll take care of that. And then we just need to go back and do that corner bit. We'll just have a quick look along the top of the field as well. Make sure he's plowed all the way to the edge. Seeded all the way to the edge. Looks like it. Yeah, fine. It shouldn't take hoping. JD, seeded. I'm going to be doing soybeans next, but we're going to need some materials first. We're going to need some fertiliser and some seed. According to that, I also need some DEF. Means I need a DEF pump, don't I? Yeah. DEF pump. There we go. Nice bit of DEF. I can't believe we've run out of DEF so fast. Did. I should probably neaten that area up as well. Different gravel texture. That one. Will we keep the concrete in the back or will we get rid of the concrete? A little bit of the concrete. We don't need terribly too much concrete. That's the right. Seems to be the only single grass texture in the game, so it must be that one. Right, what we'll do, I will finish the baling. I will then use the truck to take some bales over to the BGA. And then, whilst I'm out that way, I'll Hannah Oosh. Thank you for the follow, Hannah Oosh. Whilst I'm out that way towards the BGA, I can swing by the shop, grab some seed and fertiliser pallets to bring back. Ready to do the soybean planting tomorrow. And we'll see what we've got available to us. Get over. So we need seed and fertilizer. That is the big thing on our shopping list. And a couple of pallets of each just to last us for this first year. In fact, actually, we may need it for the second year too, because I don't think from three fields I'm going to get enough money from the first harvest to really make inroads. I would like to get a little seed factory somewhere at some point, and obviously we need a little fertilizer factory. Those are the two factories I'm probably going to go. They're probably the only two factories I'll probably go for on the farm, I think. Maybe liquid fertilizer as well, if there's a spot for that somewhere. We will, like I say, once I own some more fields and I can start restructuring everything, and I can start working out where we're going to put placeables and stuff. Obviously, life will get a little bit easier for us. Right now, with the limited starting land space, there's not really a lot I can do. I mean, there's a little bit of land here, obviously. It's not part of this field. 33. Next to the shed where I could put some things. Okay. It's all about utilising the starting space, I think. Most people would probably have slapped buildings and that down on this field here, but I think this field's going to be quite. These fields and the one on the other side are going to be very profitable for us. Because again, making grass, mowing grass, making hay, making silage, that's all stuff that we can sell to supplement our harvests. During the summer, we'll probably do some contracts, I would foresee. Most likely they'll be fertilising contract gigs. So we'll be going off doing some spraying. help bring us some money in throughout the summer whilst we're waiting on the harvest. I've got one more field to seed tomorrow when the temperature is hopefully, the ground temperature is hopefully a little bit warmer. I think I need the ground temperature to be 10 degrees for soybeans. I do indeed. Well, looking at that, we can plant soybeans into early summer, actually. Maybe that's not a terribly bad thing. There is no cotton on this map. So many geos don't have support cotton. I don't know whether people are just copying and pasting the geos from FS17 and forgetting that we've got new crop types in the game. There's very few geos that I've seen and downloaded that actually let you do cotton. I was really looking forward to doing some cotton on this map, because this map might have given me the first chance to use the John Deere cotton baler. Still haven't used that machine. In fact, I haven't used any equipment from that DLC yet to date. Anything that was in that John Deere DLC pack thing, I have not used. The Class DLC is probably going to be something I use a lot more, I would think. At it, there's lots of tractors and stuff in that, give me a nice change of pace, because obviously, generally speaking, whenever I'm playing on any save games or maps, it's either fence that I use or it's the John Deere tractors, and obviously the Case DLC will give me a chance to use a completely different brand of tractors and vehicles that I've not used on a either a Let's Play or a live stream or something like that, so that'll be quite nice. A little bit of variety. Bit weird. Put that little bit there. Unload the bale. Still unfortunately got one in there. A little bit annoying. It would be nice if when you went past the sell point, it kind of auto sold it for you. That would be kind of neat. It like sucked it out of the baler. But that probably only works on without seasons, because obviously seasons disables you from selling grass. Seasons mod means you can't do grass. You can't sell grass. The only place on the map that will buy grass, I believe, is the BGA. Places like your animal dealer and that, they don't buy it, or don't accept it. Right, so let's have a look. Grass. Yeah, the biogas plant buys grass. So we want the truck now. Go grab some bales. We'll take some grass bales to the BGA. Whilst we're out, we'll pick up some straw bales. Not straw, pallet and fertiliser. And liquid fertiliser. We're going to need that for the sprayer. What we got might have to use the thing, because I don't think we've got I've reset all my keybinds and I need to go through now and redo my controller, but obviously I will do that on a profile in a save game where I'm using all the mods, so I've got all the different keybinds that I need to do in one go, and then I'll set my keybinds XML, my input settings XML to read only, then to stop mods the game keep fiddling with it. And I'll keep a backup copy somewhere as well. Oh, we're getting framey again. We can take 15 bales. Too bad, 15 bales. How many did we create this session, by the way? 24. That's 2 trips, basically, of strap them on so we don't lose them. Take it cautiously, because I don't know if this thing tips up like the lizard trailer does. It does seem to bounce around on its suspension though quite a bit. I know the mod author is working on an update for this particular truck to fix the suspension, plus he's also got to fix a few other little issues. He's got to convert it over to work with the global auto load script. Oh no, there it goes. Now we are, I believe, screwed. I don't think I can self-right. Hey, problems. Problems are real. Out of that quickly. We're gonna have to reset that. I can't flip that back over, unfortunately. Is it gone? There. That's cool. The reset point is not at the shop then. Useful to know. Turns that back to saying work mode on. I'm gonna have to load up my Fenton Forest save at some point to redo all my key bindings and controller bindings. Not everything's working properly at the minute. There we go. Strapped on again. Take it a little bit steadier this time then, so as not to tip this thing over. are going to ice. Believe. A little access road just up here. Some of these bales are tripping. Wait a minute, what's gone wrong here? No. Wow, that's a interesting load point. Realise that's how the BGA load point looked on this particular map. So I'm probably going to have to edit the i3D file again. Even though I've made the trigger a little bit, the bale trigger a little bit bigger, I need to really bring it out so I can just drive through there, unload. I don't want to be reversing up here and mucking about. Right, let's think about this quickly. What is the capacity? Well, it doesn't tell me, does it? 5,000 total on the seeder. How much of that is seed? How much of that is fertilizer? Do not know. So we will take a four seed, four fertilizer, that should be 8. Lime we can get at the farm. Quite big, so we'll take 2 of those. Just 2 of those. Pickle power. Interesting arrangement. I think you'll agree on the pallet front. Useful to know that we can transport 15 pallets at a time. That's helpful. This should keep us going. Like I say, we've only got one field seed tomorrow. That should be then. I mean, this should use, you know, enough of that. So a couple of fertilising contracts over the summer shouldn't use too much liquid fertiliser. I'm just disappointed that the pull along sprayers are so slow. 7 miles an hour is painful to spray at. All steady. I think I'm going to drop this all this stuff in here. Now we've got the mower parked in here. I love the fact that some of the gravel from outside has leaked into the shed. I need to put that menu on. Oh, they're all loose on the flipping truck. Oh. Pick up the fertiliser pallets first. Seed ones should stack on top of the other seed ones. Yes, right, okay, got it. Little bit annoying. Don't just. Most auto loaders, if you've got the stuff loaded on the back, can move belt. Drop them there. Right, we will now go get some more bales of the large square variety to take to the BGA. So we'll get rid of all the grass ones today. That should then give us, hopefully, money tonight. We can then spend on making sure we've got more stuff at the farm that we kind of need going forward. A bale storage shed would be nice. I've got a mod for that which allows me to put bales in and then I can get bales out. How many bales did we make today? Was it 24? Was. So yes, we've got all the bales then. We've got all the bales. Righto. straps are on. And we'll take this nice and steady as we head to the BGA. I must admit, I never, when I came to play this map, I never actually sort of like, normally before I play any map I load it up and do a bit of a fly around it and have a bit of a look around it, see what everything is and see what things might potentially give me issues that I feel I might need, that, you know, I feel I have to change or could do with tweaking or changing before I start playing it. I didn't do that with this map. However, I did go into the BGA file and make the trigger, the bail trigger and the tip trigger bigger to make it easier to unload. However, I didn't realise just what the BGA looked like on this map, so I actually need to make that trigger a lot bigger. Make unloading into it much easier. We've got the new plough ready for next year, that's good. We need to sell off the old one still. So that's a take to the store at some point. Get that sold. Next time I need to buy or lease a piece of machinery, make sure I take the old plough and get that sold. The 8R as well will sell off when I've got enough funds to purchase the new one, the replacement, because obviously the current 8R is a little bit on the weedy side. The 6R is bigger than its big, it's more powerful than its big brother, and that shouldn't be the case. Bales are sold. 133,440 odd litres. Could pay out quite nicely when it processes. I mean, that's just grass. That's not silage, by the way. That's just pure grass. Overtake these cars. I want to get back to the farm because there's 77 silage bales to pick up and stack now. I decide to just leave them on that field. I will increase the time scale a little bit now to 5 times because we are heading towards night. I will sleep through the night, and I will also remember that I can sleep. I will remember, unlike in the first stream, that we don't have the smart shade hood mod, which means I'm not going to sit looking at the hood waiting for it to turn green to tell me I can sleep. As soon as I need to put my vehicle headlights on, go to the house, sleep through the night, start day 3, which means we'll start with some seeding, get the soybeans planted. Probably then need to fertilise these 2 fields that we've mowed. Bouncy issues, it's not the most stable of trucks. the mod author is working on an update for that. We'll unload those ones there for the minute. Go pick up some more. I don't think the forecast is for any rain, so can leave the bales out from under cover. They are wrapped anyway, so they were just waiting for them to ferment into silage. Moves that forward. Oh, that puts it back. Right, okay. It forward. Unload. Bingo banga bongo. That's 30 bales. For those keeping count. We'll get these whizzed off round to so we'll wait for these to ferment and turn into silage, and then we can sell these off. That'll be another summer job. Build a wall of bales, baby. Because I know when you do baling contracts in seasons, you don't have to wait for the bales to ferment. It's a bit weird. They pay you they still pay you and treat them as silage bales even though they haven't fermented. I don't know if the BGA does that. If I was to take these bales now and sell them at BJ, would the BJ tell me, yeah, thank you for the silage bales and pay me for silage bales, or will they pay me for grass bales? No. The worrying thing is I would hate to actually test it. Maybe that's a test for another time, the next time we mow. Once I know exactly what the grass pays out at. Because at least by stacking them up and placing them there, I will know. I will know. Do. So day 3 of spring is a planting day. It'll also be the day we wait for the bales to ferment. So we'll sell these bales will get sold on day 1 of summer. Not terribly bad. Like I say, I will actually be seeding the field myself with soybeans. I won't be using a worker for that. Do that work myself with the 6R. Bales left. It's been a productive first 2 days. Normally, I must admit, because of so far when I've played seasons, like I say, my only experiences so far are on the multiplayer server where we're playing it, where we're doing 6-day seasons, and then obviously Fenton Forest, my YouTube Let's Play series, where I'm doing 9-day seasons. Doing 3-day seasons seems actually a lot more productive. You tend to get a lot more done in a short space of time. Like the fact that, you know, second day I'm able to mow grass and produce bales, whereas on the server and on the, you know, the Let's Play, it's you know, you're waiting, you know, 5 or 6 days before you can even consider mowing grass. So that's to consider at some point. There you go, 1 load of bales. 47 in the evening. Let's have a think. What have we got a bit of time to do? Spray these fields, I would think. So field 32, as I say, is the one we're going to be seeding tomorrow. Maybe do some fertiliser spraying. Grab 8R, wherever he is. Around here on the bales. Do a quick little bit of late night fertilising. Okay, that plough will be sold, that blue one. I'm also thinking in my brain, my limited brain, that it might be advisable to empty the Terrogator. Empty the lime out of the Terrogator and use that for doing some fertilising, because I believe dry fertiliser goes further than liquid. Terrogator would also be faster than this. Not thinking about it necessarily so much for me fertilising my fields, but I would think if I was doing if I'm doing contracts in the summer, taking on a couple of fertilising contracts maybe, it would be more beneficial for me to use the faster machine. Then I can bang out several contracts very quickly. Now, these tow-along sprayers aren't the fastest machines in the world. A little bit dusk. We'll throw some lights on. Throw some lights on the subject. John Deere header is slightly in the way. Probably should have moved that. The next time we mow these fields, we won't get as many bales off of them. And the reason for that is they're only going to be 2-stage fertilised, because I don't spray grass more than once. I only spray it once after we've mowed it, and that's it. So we don't get the full 3 fertilisation phases on grass, which means I don't get the full yield. So we won't get 24 bales off of this field next time unless we harvest it and actually mow the bits that the mower didn't mow. It's the same on the field behind me. We won't get 77 bales off of that next time. That's not really an issue. There's still a lot of bales, you have to admit, there's still a lot of bales. Very weird grass textures on this map. I'm still not used to it. Also, I need to just check what command that's going to give me. Like the things working a little. The YouTube command there that I've just run to post a link to my latest YouTube video. It's not quite in sync. For some reason, it seems to be quite a little bit behind. I've actually got that's video 3 of 4 that I posted yesterday. So obviously there's video 4 of 4 which posted after that one, and then there's a video that's been posted today, which is my Fenton Forest Let's Play. Obviously this stream, after I finished in about an hour's time, be exported to the YouTube, so if anybody misses the stream and wants to watch it later on, it will be on the YouTube channel. Hopefully it'll be as one video today, because hopefully the audio is working, although nobody's said anything in chat today again, so I don't know if people can hear me. Because certainly when I streamed the other day, I forgot to plug my mic into the computer. So for the 4 hours I streamed, nobody heard a thing I was saying. But nobody bothered to tell me that they couldn't hear me. Hopefully today it's recording fine. Grass fertilised. Fertiliser usage is real. Should all be nice and blue now. Yeah, 41 next then. This is where I left the pallets. You can get that. You can get that pallet. I know you can. I will Be grabbing the seeder tomorrow. Come in here, we'll refill the seeder quickly. Grass done. Might as well engage cruise control. Doing this bit. I don't know whether it lets me spray straight away on the seeded crop. See, when I drive down there, drive between this field and the barley field. Didn't do the best of jobs in the world, did I, at seeding this field? At mowing it, missed quite a few bits. Awful. So actually our 2 crop fields are fully fertilised. Right, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Just had to take a phone call. My medical delivery company thingy, my Jiggy Bob, wants to deliver me my medication next week. Because I've used the last one today. So, or should have used the last one today. I've not actually used it yet. It's still in the fridge. I need to go take it out in a bit. Where me diary thing is. That for next week. Where this map gets a little bit annoying. Telegraph poles. Because they have collisions. Oh. Yeah. Should be able to do it. No. I need a lot more liquid fertilizer looking at this. Round 4. All in here somewhere. All fertilizer sprayed. Get the grass sprayed. That work take over briefly. I need to take a quick bio break. Found my Dupixent calendar. Found it. Oh, I can fill that in later then. Oh, it's making a right mess. Heck over. Can't trust the AI to do a job properly. You have to do it yourself. The corner bit over there, I can see that I'm going to have to come back and do. Bit. What I'll probably do is I'll probably whiz right up one side of the field quickly. Whiz right down the other side. Or as quickly as I can with this sprayer. There's a line there, line there, line there. There's a bit across the middle as well that I haven't got down the bottom there. That bit, and then obviously that bit there. Gonna need more liquid fertilizer. I bought 2 pallets thinking that's gonna last me all through the summer. I'll be able to do some contracts with that. And I've sprayed 2 of my own fields and we've nearly used it all up. See the texture difference actually. Right on top of it actually. There it is. I got a little bit wobbly and off course. A bit back behind me. And as I say, just that line there and that bit in the corner. Job's a good one. Then we'll go sleep. Start day 3. Nice bit of seeding. We'll be ready then. Our first year crops will be planted. I just need to spray that field over there. All done. Look at that, it's not too bad. There's little bits around the outside of the field that haven't been fully fertilised. It'll probably just be the headland I have to tidy up when the time is right. We'll also have a check on the chickens tomorrow, see how they're getting on. Food. Put the sprayer. I'm going to park the sprayer next to the spreader. I have a new home in this little shed over here. Sense. Have I locked the axles or not on this particular? Not have done. Hi Linux, Linksy, Luxky, chickens. How are they doing? Some food tomorrow. They need 45,000 litres for the whole year. They are producing eggs, which is nice because eggs have been an issue for me on maps with seasons, where basically the chickens don't make any and the sheep don't make wool. And all sorts of problems. Right. It's night time. Let's sleep. No, that's no problem, Linux. Or Linksy. Game is synchronizing after fast forwarding. Right, biogas plant income was 251,000. Awesome. Awesome. New vehicles 247,000. Sold vehicles, we've got 403,000 from selling vehicles. We've sold off quite a lot of our vehicles, by the way. Vehicle leasing costs were obviously quite high. Seed costs, fertiliser costs, fuel costs. And, like I say, a good bit of income. 51,000. Oh, not bad. And that was what, 24 bales, wasn't it, of grass? So 77 bales of silage. Good net us quite a nice bit of profit. Right, we'll feed the chickens quickly. Like I say, we are feeding the... What are we feeding the chickens? A little bit of barley. 10,000 litres should be sufficient to fill that trough. Piles around this farm are real. Straighten up the tractor. Full. That's the chickens fed for another day. Couple of days. Every other day we have to feed them by the looks of it then, based on the number of chickens I've got currently. trailer park there. I'll go get some death for this tractor. Right. Chickens are okay. Cleanliness is an issue. Got a mod that takes care of that. Had any chickens born? No chickens have been born in captivity yet. So we'll grab the seeder. The right temperature today for soybeans. Refill our seed machine. It uses 3,000 litres of seed and 2,000 litres of fertiliser, this seeder. Okay, that's the breakdown. I have to try and remember that for the future as well, that it uses more seed than fertiliser. So I'm going to need more seed pallets. Anyway, today seed. So start. So like I say, if you missed the first live stream I did last week, where I started on this map, the crops we are going to be doing for the first year are barley, canola and soybeans. I planted the barley in the first stream. We have planted the planted the canola in the first stream. Sorry, we've planted the barley today, and now we're doing the soybeans. Then we'll see what jobs other farmers want to offer us then. Keep us busy for the first summer. Once the summer has gone, obviously autumn will be harvesting. Again, I will lease the harvester because we've sold off I sold off our harvester so that I could buy some other things. We shall do. Soybeans are a good crop. They seem to use almost very nearly 1-to-1 ratio of seed to fertiliser. Pretty good going. Nice cedar this. I do like this cedar. Pronto. I haven't really used it since my first Let's Play series I did, when the game first came out. And I've probably used it a couple of times when I've played on other people's multiplayer servers who have very, shall we say, limited and generic sort of mods. I think I used this this cedar a lot when I played on the Kibberton farm, because we used a lot of horse equipment on that aggravation Desmost map thing. The headland done, I can then go straight up and down the field now. Notice I'm not using GPS mod on this this save game. I'm not using a lot of mods on this save game, which is why I'm having a bit of issue with key bindings and stuff. So, like I say, I will need to load up my Fenton Forest save soon, because that's pretty much got all the mods I use. I can set up my key bindings correctly, and then I'm going to read-only protect that keybinds XML to stop the game fiddling with it. Ground texture when you seed or cultivate on this map is also very weird. Takes a bit of getting used to a lot of these custom textures. By growing on that field. Sugar beets! Wow! You're a braver man than me, pal, to do sugar beets on a field that size. Hello? Hello? Sorry about that. Just had another phone call. I just had to quickly take. Phone calls today. We'll drive all over matey's sugar beets. Sisters and facilitators in turning round a bit better. I was driving nearly a perfect straight line there. Wow. The phones. So this is our biggest field out of the three we started with. Hence why I'm trying to whack sugar beet on it. Sorry, soybeans on it. Droppy goodness as we can. Rocking along. we'll probably need to refill this at some point, looking at this field. Using slightly more fertiliser now than I thought we was going to use. I thought we was pretty much 1-to-1, but apparently more fertiliser than seed. The fact that we start with less fertiliser as well doesn't help. Tanks aren't even. 3,000 seed, 2,000 fertiliser. I would have preferred it to be 3,000, 3,000. Kind of makes a bit more sense. Me on the clock a little bit as well. It's 20 past 3 now on this lovely Wednesday, September the 25th. I will probably stream for another probably 10 minutes and then I need to be thinking of calling it a day, because I do need to nip out and do a job. I'm not going to promise whether I'll be back this evening doing any County Lines multiplayer, because the last couple of days I've tried to play County Lines multiplayer, that's just been a disaster. Because I've been so tired. Suddenly at, 7 o'clock in the evening, after I've had my dinner, I'm done. Plus there's been no one else online the last couple of evenings, so it's been a bit boring play by myself. Especially as it's winter and there's nothing we can do at the minute because it's like snow and all that sort of stuff. Gonna do some cultivating, try and get some cultivating done, but then it's like, well, is it really worth me cultivating, because the fields are all completely out of sequence with their fertiliser stages and everything, because it looks like people only fertilised after they'd ploughed instead of doing it before. So for me to put another stage of fertiliser down, I've got to cultivate and then I've got to fertilise. But if I do it that, then when I seed, we're not going to get the bonus fertiliser. A little bit tricky at the minute on the old multiplayer map. Plus we've got way more fields now. We've bought a load of new fields after our 3rd year harvest. Going into year 4 we've got more fields, which is going to require a lot more seeding, put a lot more pressure on us to get work done. Certainly want to get a bit more cotton planted in year 4, because that was very profitable, that map. Sadly no cotton on Lone Oak though. Seasons Geo doesn't. Anyway, weather forecast wise, hey, am I right in reading that today is today, which is late spring. Thursday is Thursday, which will be summer, and apparently it's going to rain and snow. Thursday, 6 AM, it's going to snow, and then it's going to rain 9, 12 into the afternoon. Friday's going to be nice. Day 2 of summer. Saturday's going to be nice, which is day 3 of summer. Sunday's going to be cloudy, which is first day of autumn. And then we've got 2 rainy days in autumn, which means, tell you what, that weather forecast ain't promising. At autumn, harvest time is going to be quite tricky for me. Looking at that weather forecast, there's only going to be one day in the autumn that I'm going to be able to harvest. And that'll be the first day. And if the crops aren't ready to harvest on the first day of autumn, we are completely screwed. So that's going to be something worth maybe keeping an eye on and checking. Never seen that before. Snow in the summer. Yeah. Game snow in the summer before in seasons. That is weird. The temperatures really do get cold in the summer. Crazy Geo. Is it the Montana Geo I think I'm using? Because the Oregon one wasn't out when I started this series. There is an Oregon one now, which apparently is more fitting for this map. But there's a lot of hassle and headaches trying to change geos after you've started a save. Well, we've almost got half the field done. Suppose that's not a bad thing. We've had a productive stream today. We obviously got all the grass mowed. We got it baled. We've got 77 of the bales wrapped. We've got 24 of them just sold straight off to the BGA to make us some money. We've got our barley field planted, and we've got half of our soybean harvest in the ground. So, you know, the stream, although a little bit shorter than I intended, I was hoping to start streaming a little bit earlier today. But unfortunately, I did have to go out for a blood test, which I kind of got surprised by, because I got me reminder that I've got an appointment next week, hospital appointment next week, so I've got to have my blood test this week before I go. Of course, I got up there and there's like, you take your ticket from the little machine, like you're at the deli counter in the supermarket, and you pull the ticket and it says you are number 20. You look at the screen and it says 5, and you're like, oh, sat here for hours. Yeah, I'm doing all right so far on this little save. I'm quite enjoying the light look of the map. Be nice once I've seen a bit more of it once we get travelling around a bit. Once we start, like I say, doing some selling runs, once we've got our harvest in and we're selling off crops, we'll have a bit of, obviously, an adventure driving around the map to different sell points. Also, as I take some contracts, maybe, we will see what difference is. There we go, end up. Get all the... We've got pretty much 40% fertiliser left, half of our seed, and we've done half the field. So the full 3,000 litres of seed will actually do this whole field. That's not a problem. That is not a problem. Whether or not the fertiliser can last and do the whole field. Watch my overlapping a little bit and really make sure I just stay on the edge of the last row. I might be able to stretch the fertiliser out to do the whole field. Right, well, at that point, having done that row, that's probably a good place for me to stop at this point. Like I say, I do need to head out, so thank you everybody who has tuned into today's stream. Like I say, we have made progress. We have got barley planted, we've got our canola planted, we've got some bales done, we've almost got the soybeans planted. Chickens laying eggs, doing a great job. There's even a couple of little cultivating contracts left. There's even a good fertilising jobby over there. 17 grand, which we might be looking at tackling. There's the statistics currently for 2 sessions of play. And I look forward to seeing you guys all again very soon for another Lone Oak stream. Like I say, if you do follow the Twitch channel, you get notified whenever I go live anyway. So when I play in the evenings or weekends and stuff like that, you'll get notified. And don't forget to check out the YouTube channel, because there's lots and lots of videos on there. Keep you entertained whilst I'm offline. In the meantime, I'm going to save the game at this point. I'm going to exit, and I'm going to see you all again soon.